Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Annabelle Howes, and for Christine Wiggins, and today is Thursday, October 16th. Coming up on Cullman Today. Reward is doubled to $20,000 in Tabitha Franklin case. Good Hope Council approves change order for the community center lighting, and Cullman City Council says goodbye to Johnny Cook. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now, let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Cullman County District Attorney Champ Crocker has announced on Tuesday, October 14th, that the reward in the disappearance of Tabitha Lynn Franklin has increased to $20,000. The governor's office previously posted a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction. An anonymous donor has now doubled that amount. Franklin, a mother of three, has been missing since August 13th, 2009, and she was 28 when she vanished. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Cullman County Sheriff's Office at 256-734-0342 or the DA's office tip line at tips@cullmanda.org. Investigator David Nacetta at the DA's office can be reached at 256-736-2800. Anonymous tips to the Sheriff's Office can be made at 256-734-0210. According to a family advocacy page, Franklin was last reported with an ex-boyfriend and was said to have been dropped at his place of business in Hueytown. In 2014, Cullman County Sheriff teams followed up on cadaver dog alerts from HIMSI and ground-penetrating radar anomalies at 1140 County Road 1136. After 2 days of excavation down to solid earth, investigators found no evidence. The case remains active. Good Hope City Council held its first October meeting at Good Hope City Hall Monday night, and in addition to discussing upcoming holiday events, they also approved a change order to install lighting at the new community center currently under construction. It will cost $49,600 to install the 12 light poles, and the city will use the money from its Economic Development Fund to pay for the project. The City of Good Hope also has several holiday events right around the corner. Council members will be handing out Halloween goodie bags at Good Hope Primary and Good Hope Elementary on October 31st. The city's community Thanksgiving meal will be held in the Good Hope High School cafeteria on November 26th, and the Good Hope Christmas Parade, followed immediately by Christmas in the Park, is set for December 13th. The Good Hope City Council will hold its next meeting on Monday, October 27th at 6:30 p.m. in the Good Hope City Hall. Cullman City Council honored longtime councilman and President Pro Tem Johnny Cook on Monday. Cook, who lost his re-election bid, will be overseas when the current council holds its final meeting Thursday, October 30th. Council action items approved: pay incentives for the Police Criminal Investigation Unit, certified training officers in communications and advanced EMTs, paramedics, and fire rescue. Street work advanced with an ALDOT TAP grant for ADA sidewalks near US 278 3rd Avenue Southwest, an ALDOT maintenance agreement for 401 3rd Street Southwest, an adoption of the fiscal year 2026 Rebuild Alabama Transportation Plan. The city accepted Addison Way Southwest into the public street system. Other approvals included reawarding of the Lazy River project to Aqua Design Systems, Chamber of Commerce Appreciation Day, a Tyler Technologies archiving contract, a new communications dispatch matrix, and removal of a police investigator position. A November 17th 7 p.m. hearing was set on rezoning Gavel Down properties, and the next regular council meeting is October 30th at 7 p.m. in the City Hall auditorium. And that's all of our top stories this morning. Coming up, Wallace State shines at Royals Challenge and Auburn's Pettiford named first team All-SEC. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, we start with Wallace State. The Lions men's and women's cross-country teams traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina for the Royals Cross Country Challenge to compete in one of the most competitive fields of the season, facing a lineup stacked with nationally ranked NCAA Division I and II programs. Wallace State was the lone JUCO program in the event, and they held more than just their own. The Wallace State men turned in one of the strongest showings of the year, placing 6th overall. 4 runners cracked the top 50, led by Tyler Anthony in the 20th, followed by Daniel Leha in the 27th. Elliot Dennard placed 42nd, and Jack Wiggins rounded out the top 50 finishes at 49th. On the women's side, Wallace State placed 15th overall in another loaded field. Freshman standout Brooklyn Morgan continued her stellar season with a 35th place finish, setting a new Wallace State program record. Grace Goslin and Cadence Riviera finished just behind her to give the Lions 3 runners inside the top 100. Next up, the ACC Championships in 2 weeks at John Hunt Park in Huntsville. Moving to SEC basketball, Auburn sophomore Tahad Pettiford has been named preseason first-team All-SEC by selected media. Pettiford averaged 11.6 points and 3.0 assists as a freshman, helped Auburn to an SEC title in the Final Four, and was picked All-Freshman and South Region All-Tournament. The Tigers are projected 6th in the league. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, Cullman Youth Shine at Alabama National Fair Sheep Show and the Cullman Tribune Pet of the Week. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with the news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Several Cullman competitors placed at the Youth Sheep Show October 10th and 11th in Montgomery. Evan Roden led the local haul with 4th overall champion Ewe and overall reserve grand champion Market Lamb. Those entries also earned reserve champion Alabama Born and Bred, reserve champion Blackface Cross, and Blackface Reserve champion. Riley Jordan finished 4th in junior showmanship, and James Hembry took 4th in junior premier exhibitor. In intermediate premier exhibitor, Olivia Wells placed 4th. In senior division, Lexi Jones was 4th in showmanship and premier exhibitor, and Roden added a 5th in senior premier exhibitor. Premier exhibitor test showmanship, livestock evaluation, and a written exam. Age divisions are junior 9 through 12, intermediate 13 through 15, and senior 16 through 19. The Cullman Area Chamber of Commerce hosts its 3rd annual Cookie Crawl on Saturday, November 8th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., inviting families to visit chamber member businesses, collect cookies, and shop local. Sponsored by Long Lewis Ford, the free event kicks off with a box and location pickup Friday, November 7th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Chamber, 301 2nd Avenue Southwest. The Cookie Crawl anchors Christmas Open House Weekend, November 7th through the 9th, with added attractions. The Polar Express Ticket to Win It on Sunday, November 9th, noon to 4 p.m., where shoppers can earn train tickets with purchases to $250 drawing. The 360 Jeep Club's Polar Express display at the Cullman Public Library, and free photos with Santa courtesy of Dental Arts. For details, check cullmanchamber.org or call 256-734-0454. Good Hope High School's Jillian Zapka is the new Miss Cullman County Fair 2025. She earned the title Tuesday night, October 14th, at the Cullman County Fairgrounds. Zapka received a $3,000 scholarship from the Cullman County Fair Association and a diamond pendant from Doug Doggett Jewelers. The pageant serves as a preliminary to Miss Alabama, so she'll advance to compete for the crown next year. Meet Teague, a truly special soul wrapped in a handsome German Shepherd exterior. He's the Cullman Tribune Pet of the Week. At around 3 years old, this intelligent and sensitive fellow embodies everything you could hope for in a loyal companion. He doesn't seem to realize just how extraordinary he is, he just wants to be your pal. One of his most endearing habits is gently pulling you in with his mighty paw so you can rub on his chest or even hold your hand in his mouth for a moment of connection. That gentle mix of playfulness and affection makes him a perfect candidate for therapy, companion, or even reading dog work. He's full of character, brimming with love, and ready to share his big heart with a forever family. Since he's already neutered, Teague's adoption fee has been reduced to just $35, though that's hardly reflective of his worth, because he truly is priceless. The fee covers vaccines, microchip, wormer, and a general vet exam. This helps ensure he goes to his new home healthy, safe, and ready for a lifetime of love. Visit the shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast. It's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. If Teague finds his home before you arrive, don't worry. His friends at the shelter are all waiting to meet you too. Contact the Cullman County Animal Shelter at 256-734-5448 or Cullman Animal Shelter at co.cullman.al.us. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. William Warren, aged, passed away on Tuesday, October 14th. Funeral service will be held Saturday, October 25th at Victory Baptist Church, with burial at Town Creek Cemetery. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. to noon on Saturday at Victory Baptist Church, with memorial services at noon. Viva Lee Bates Johnson, 95 of Cullman, passed away Monday, October 13th. Visitation will be held today at Moss Service Funeral Home in Parlor GH from 5 to 8 p.m. A celebration of life funeral service will be held Friday, October 17th at 11 a.m. in the Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel, with interment at Shed Cemetery in Trimble. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Today will be sun-drenched and comfortably warm, with a high near the low 80s and light northeast breeze. Tonight, mostly clear and pleasant as we slip into the mid-upper 50s. Friday, mostly sunny and a touch warmer, topping out in the low 80s. A gentle south breeze returns for the afternoon. Friday night, mostly clear and mild near 60, with a light south-southeast breeze. Great weather rolling into the weekend. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m., but until then, I'm Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today. Have a great day, Cullman.